perhaps hello. Can anyone hear me? Chat, can I be heard? Chat. I have sorted out the issues. AKA YouTube. YouTube was the issue. Hello. Enjoy this. Enjoy a little bit more of this with the background as get this up. So, as you can see from the title, today isn't necessarily going to be entirely just working on the campaign, because I'm also going to be talking a little bit about a special. Actually, by the way, is the music too loud? Because the music's too loud for me. How's the music for you? Anyway. I'm going to be talking a bit about a sort of special feature we've... And of course, OBS just... OBS. YouTube. Banes of my existence. Hello. There was a little bit of buffering because OBS and YouTube are, I don't want to get demonetized. Can we get demonetized? I'm not sure if we can get demonetized. Does anyone know if we can get demonetized? Like, can I voice my feelings about OBS and YouTube right now? Or would that get us demonetized and the video blocked? Because, well, let's just say, my feelings about YouTube right now are not the best. Hello! So, as I was saying before YouTube and OBS started acting up, some of you who have been watching these streams, may have, noticed this, but throughout the Total War titles, sailable rivers are something you may have seen, where inland rivers, you can take a fleet and... well, it's not YouTube policies, it's just how YouTube was being weird and took a while to load, when I was trying to restart my computer. That's all. OBS and YouTube disconnected briefly. But... I keep losing my train of thought. So some of you may have... Well, if you've played Total War Attila, the base game, you'll know that, I believe, a very little bit of the Rhine River and the Danube River, for examples, are indeed sailable. In that, you can sail up and down them with your fleet. But they're also fordable in some places. So, we have sort of built upon that and extended... That's loud. Quiet. And extended upon it. So, if I can get this to show, you will see these large, you will see here the rivers, how large they are. Well, thank you. I enjoy doing them. So here we have the Anduin, the Entwash, and those are all the ones that I know the names of. So, in-game, you will be able to say you're actually, let's say you're playing as Umbar. So you're down here in Umbar. One, you can actually, to avoid the attrition of the desert, hop on a boat, go la-di-la-di-la-di. Let me actually see. For for the immersion. Raw. Boat. They're still a fair ways away, sorry to say. Resources. Boat. Alright, so say you're playing as Umbar, and you've got your little boat. You can sail your way down here, all the way down, you're on your boat. So, avoiding the desert attrition, because this is a lot of desert to sail through, to march through. I have not actually realized how big this desert is. Yeah, this desert's actually huge, isn't it? Oh yeah, this river is huge. You could be sailing along this for ages. Oh, microphone's quiet. Music's loud, microphone's quiet. There you go. How's that? So, and because of this, there's a lot of areas that just aren't practical to cross. Like, you see this little road, your army's gonna die trying to walk across it. This is not very tenable to take. So, if you're wanting, and these over here, yes, wargs will be showing up eventually. But they're not the priority of beasts at the moment. No warts. No warts, wargs, yes. So, these over here, they may not look at the moment, but these will be some rather valuable provinces, because this is going to be the jungle of Far Harad. And if you want to access them, as pretty much any faction that is not Khand or Mordor, you're gonna have to take this river into here. So something like that. And also, if you're playing as Umbar, back to our original example, you can sail up here, and instead of raiding the coast, you could potentially sail up here. Up the coast into here. Or, coming through here, you could sail all the way past Pelagar, up the river, past there, avoid some of these rocks, which are going to be the source of today's stream. Sail past Karandros, however you want to do that. Sail past Osgiliath. Sail all the way up here. You can't actually get past the Aurora's Falls. In the desert, that could be something. So, theoretically, you could sail all the way from Rohan, inland Rohan, out into the sea. The same could be said, you could sail all the way from what is almost Gundabad out to the sea. Various things like that. And these are especially helpful out here in the vast plains of Rune, where everything leads into the Sea of Rune, and you can sail all the way up to, where's the Lonely Mountain? Lonely Mountain right here. You can sail from Dale. Well, this is actually a special thing, because the dwarves of Erebor will actually have stuff to do in the Red Mountains, as they're gonna have to be liberating the, dwarves of Orkani? Orkani. Am I just making this mod on my own? No. Oh, no. I am simply the, campaign dev. I am the one who does the dev. Or if you're talking to Fruitseed. Well, there's that. So you'll be able to actually sail all the way over here. So and this is going to be a big feature for mobility throughout it. So I thought I would show it to you all. So now, coming to the, main thing with, today's stream, the coasts and Anduin River. Let's get started. If anyone actually has any questions, put them in the chat, and in 10 or so minutes, I will do a little bit of like a Q&A. If anyone has any questions in regards, whether it be to rivers, or just to general campaign map policies or features, let me know. and I will talk about them, potentially. Um, yes, factions will likely get their navies, but that is nowhere near a priority. Navies are nowhere near a priority. If anything, navies are like a non-priority, if that makes sense. No one is working on them. No one will be working on them for a long while. There's been talk about that. It's I think we're going to be doing the normal way. I think that was the consensus, is that we would be doing it the normal way with provinces because Lord of the Rings does lend itself rather well to provinces. Alright, well, let's come back to the mouth later. Let's just go the length of the river first. Well, your pirates can sail up here, I believe. Yeah, Umbar actually has access to this. You can theoretically sail all the way here. You'd have to take Osgiliath, Carandros, and Pelagir if you want to have it. Navies might be in the way of navies. If they are in, it would probably just be soldiers on vanilla boats, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Osgiliath will likely be a singlement. That's the current plan. It is subject to change. Is that snow? Huh. I probably shouldn't be doing this much on Roros Falls right now because I do have plans to do the Roros Falls separately. So, who knows? Well, that we plan on, of course, having naval battles, but as I said, they're not a priority at the moment because units are far, far, far more so a priority. A troll fire ship. That I should put that on one of the concepts that we ought to have. A troll fire ship. I am noticing some problems here, but yeah, it looks like I just got to smooth stuff out. So, I guess just a little bit. This is as far as I'm probably going to be going on today's stream. Just doing a little bit of stuff for the Rhoros Falls. Not really detailing them because I think these guys are going to have their own stream, the Rhoros Falls. But yeah. I like the music. I don't remember if we're actually remaking the soundtrack or what. I feel like there was some talk about that at some point. But I don't remember. Yes, aren't you? Yes, you're the guy from the other stream who likes orcs. Filthy orc lover. Gone. A gone lover of orcs. And all things evil. Alright, well here we have just a little bit of the Rhoros Falls. I guess these guys are on the edges of the dead marshes. Oh, yeah, of course. These statues are not the actual statues. These are just here as little jokes. No Lotor memes in chat. You can have all the memes you want, so long as it stays reasonable. You can't see, but right now I don't know how much of this you guys can see, but I'm trying to find where these guys are so I can remove them. Or just move them. Oh, no, I can just select that. There we go. Oh. These are the statue of Zeus's these are the statue of Zeus at Olympus. I just put them here for the time being. This is also, I'm realizing, way too, wait. What we're probably gonna have to do... Pardon me for a moment, guys, I'm just thinking. Yep, well, no, the Rhoros Falls are for another time. Those are not the Rhoros Falls are probably gonna have their own stream, actually. Right now it's for the Gondorian coast and other stuff. . Andorian coast is for some this is the purpose of this stream. That's for something completely different. So I shouldn't get distracted on it. I also don't believe this island is actually whatever, saleable, not saleable, walkable. But you can actually do stuff on it. Yeah, this is just getting way too high. I need to move it way down to like 3. What's this looking like? 4. 5? 5 looks good. 5 looks good. Yeah, that should even things out a bit. Yeah, let me just bring this right along the Anduin. There we go, there we go, yeah. Just coming along here, working on this. And then, also, we're going to be doing some stuff with Pelagir. We're going to be doing some of the outskirts of Pelagir. Yeah, a lot of stuff in this area should just be smoothed out a lot. Brought back down to form. Oh, actually, yeah, I know. I've deviated from the coasts. I'm gonna have to do something like this. Ooh, ooh, ooh! I know what I can do. Oh yes, 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 yes! This is a good idea. Ah, I had a good idea. I probably want to push this back a little bit more though. Ooh, okay. Well, no, this isn't. Well, this isn't an entire game engine. Who knows? Oh, an entire game. Well, CA has done so much to get everything started, I guess you could say. We've also, what can I do with this stuff? Because I think I showed you all this last time, but I got a bunch of stuff from Thrones of Britannia in here. So, if I can figure out what I want to do with them, we've now got stuff like the Cliffs of Dover. Dirtledor? Huh. Ah, yes, I think I've seen this somewhere before. Where would this go well? Probably somewhere near the mountains. This could probably go well in, like, Moria. Yeah, this will go well in Moria. Old Man's Store. 7 Sisters. Suitin' who? What's Suitin' who? Yes, mostly just all of these. Suitin' who? What's Suitin' who? There's little hills. These could be good for the... Ah! These could be good for the burrows. Where are the burrows? Ah, yes. You know, I might actually use these for... Weathertop. Of course, yes. Don't ignore the Weathertop Mountains, please. I beg of you. Yeah. Since I'm over here, I'm working on this area. Tool properties. If I make this very small... Well, CA really are the ones who've made this possible. They've actually worked with us a fair bit on getting these tools working. Some of them helped me work on this, get this working. So, and they have also been a big help with the AI tools. Yes, it does. There's a separate map for that, and that is how. So I've often heard people say the next step for Total War is for them to make it where the map, like, you can zoom in all the way or something. That is actually how it works. It's just whatever. You can't really, like, see it or whatnot. Rise from the depths. Well, yes. I think all wondrous places will. Yeah, CA is nice. They are nice guys. A lot of people are overly rude about them, in my opinion. They don't get enough credit. That needs to be smoothed or something, like, very much. Okay, can I do that? I can do your best from what you can. Son. Here we go. You know what? I can just, in general, lower this. The Dol Amroth is way too high out of the ground. There we go. There we go. There we go. There. This is Dol Amroth, by the way, if anyone didn't realize. It's gonna take a few turns. It's gonna take, if you're talking turn, I think, like, if you're sitting down, like, for one sitting, like, you might, like, whatever, get, like, one, like, session of playing, depending, like, on how long you do it before it starts. Like, maybe, like, 50 turns or so. Well, so if you actually look right here, you can actually see the outline of the Europe map below it. So you can see Gondor. It's about from here. Here-ish. It's very eastern tip. Yes, a lot of places, I think almost all rivers are like that. Especially like the big rivers. I'm not sure on the specifics of where the no-go and whatnot is no-go is the term for no-go areas where you can't move your units. But I am not specifically sure where what things are affordable and what are not. I think some of that is yet to be decided. Well, it's the same size as Attila. Well, but its playable area, I think that comes out. I think we've tried to figure it out before, and the playable area comes out a little bit larger. Mainly because, unlike Africa in normal Attila, Harad is fully playable. This area is entirely playable. You're going to be doing stuff here, whereas in this area, you're not doing anything. And we have roughly the same amount of land as with Russia up here. Yeah, it will take a while. You'll have enough. What am I doing? I'm doing smoothly. Oh, I like this music. I think I actually heard a complaint that there were too many percussion. But I highly disagree. I like the percussion. Give me more. That was a lot, but smooth. Percussion. Don't be too cautious with the percussion. Wait, no, cautious. That didn't really work as well as I thought it would. Come on, smooth. What's going on here? Is this just like a polygon that's just bad? Yeah, that's just a bad polygon. Oh well, nothing can be done about that. There's actually a lot of bad polygons here. Cliffs are like home to tons of these. This may actually be like a problem with something where I'm just stretching the textures too much and they're breaking. It would be either or. Or alternatively, I think I know what the problem is. Might have to bug fix that, which will be a 1v1 Rome. What do you mean, Rome? I can't play multiplayer Attila with anyone, and it makes me sad. Because of the campaign map, because of how I have to configure the files. I can't actually play multiplayer with anyone because I have to modify the base files to get some stuff to work. Specifically, like how different things process. And it makes me sad. Yeah, so I'm not actually able to play Attila. I do believe that night battles, and so some of you may not know this, but Attila has a climate change feature, due to certain things in the period of Attila. And well, yes. You can sort of see different things there, and we have the plans, but if you're wondering specific stuff, you can see most of the layout. You can see where certain things come together, and a lot of this is a lot easier to almost see here on this map. So don't worry, we have all of that sort of stuff covered. Oh yeah, coming soon. Yeah, for that stream, I bet you'll all enjoy it. Because we have got a lot of new stuff with it. I've said too much. Look out for a Moria stream. Oh, there's no real way to measure, if cities will be reachable in one turn or not at the moment. There's no real way. Well, there is, but it's not really something we're taking for our account at the moment. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. To a degree, but the magic in the mod will not be the same, like, level of magic as you might see in, like, um, as you might see in Warhammer. There are going to be ships. Not for a while, though. Like a long while, long while. There we go. Yeah, basically everything is soft magic. Yes, that would be the term for it. Pretty much everything, all of the magic that will be in the mod will be soft magic, which means campaign buffs, and which means, yeah, primarily campaign buffs. It will be like primarily types of things like campaign buffs and like unit buffs, like really stuff like that. And I believe like the lore masters are like really the one guys who might have something, but I'm not sure. Alright, Dol Amroth. This looks good enough. Chat. Yay, nay, no, you're horrible, why are you doing this? How does it look? Yay, nay, you're horrible, why are you doing this? No, not Lore Masters of Hoeth. I forget what they are. The Lore Masters, I forget where it is, but it's not, it's another unit called Lore Masters, I believe, for the elves. It's another elven unit called Lore Masters, but I promise it's not the Lore Masters of Hoeth. You know, that could actually be something to add in certain places, like little areas of sand, sort of around the cliffs. I believe that anything like that will be Lord of the Rings styled, with aging and stuff. Those things are all modifiable, doable, changeable, abiliable. Hello? It's not high enough. Hello? 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 Oh, it is. This just... What? I'm confused. Why isn't this... Yeah, nothing Warhammer-esque whatsoever. There's no plan for anything like that. Yeah, nothing Warhammer planned. Nothing Warhammer-like planned. I don't really know how CA does it where they're a lot less more subtle. These sort of little areas right here. They may be jank, and I may end up having to go back and redo them on release or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. I like the look of this mountain. Maze Tomb. And I also don't know, could we do anything with the hill forts? Chat, do you have any ideas of what we could do with hill forts? Bronze Age hill forts? Any ideas for a hill fort? Rohan. Well, I'm wondering more of just like as a detail, not really as... Dunland! Ooh. Well, those things don't go on the map right here. But I guess I'll like Dunlanding hill forts. I don't know. Nah, that looks dumb. Sure, this is nothing final. Where's Edoras? Which one of these is Edoras, chat? I don't know. How does this work? Is this Edoras? I think this is Edoras. Chat, is this Edoras? I think the beacons I'm actually going to leave as a surprise. There's gonna be something kinda special for the beacons. And I think that may be a surprise for for a cinematic at some point. Placeholder in place. I feel like Edoras, this area should actually be far more like this kind of grass. I'm gonna go in and replace that later. Yeah, but beacons... You'll see. Eventually. Yeah, right here. I was just trying to figure out which settlement it was, because we have them all marked out. They're kind of hard to see, though. Of course, that's not actually going to be Edoras. I'm just putting that there for the time being for fun. Well, knowing Tolkien and how he does his rivers and how inaccurate they are, who knows, it could flow into the Entwash. His rivers are very unscientific, which actually made it hard to do them in some places because the tiles didn't really work, because that's not really how rivers work. So they was like, "What? What do you want me to do? That's not how that works." Of course, it didn't come alive and talk, but you know what I mean. Sure, I'll just add some. There we go. Smooth that out a bit. The horde mechanic is very much so going to be used. A lot of factions. I believe that there will be multiple kinds of fords. Fords? Well, there will be multiple kinds of fords, but there will be multiple kinds of hordes. Yes, don't worry, Orthonac is a placeholder. This is not the final Orthonac. Although, you know, since you say it, I think we should leave this in as the final Orthonac. Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry. Lord Freezer, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that's not going to be Edoras. There are currently no custom city, there are currently no custom cities made. These are all just, I'm just putting these here just to sort of, these are all placeholders, mainly so that I can sort of get a gist of what's going on. Like, alright, so if that's going to be where Edoras is, and I want to make sure that you can have whatever the shot of the White Mountains in the background, stuff like that. Don't worry, everything will have its own custom models. You know, no. Since it was brought up, we are going to stick with the Dark Tower of Orthodontist, home to the evil wizard Saruman. We're completely scrapping the Dark Tower of Orthonac, home to the evil wizard Saruman. Just because stream brought it up. Do we have anyone that does textures only? No, I don't believe so. Spam mail, spam mail. I don't want your spam mail. I just got some spam mail, so. Yeah, this is a very nice, like, sort of backdrop for this place. Yeah, Baradir's cut. Well, no, Baradir isn't cut. It's just since they both look the same, you know what we have to do? We can't cut Baradir. We just gotta pop over here. Put this down right here. Alright, I got it. We don't even need to make a custom model. Why spend several hours modeling the painstakingly detailed version of Baradir, like, what was it? Currently no one is doing the city models. They are not done yet. But as you can see, and this isn't even properly textured, this is the actual model for the Black Gate, but we expect everything to at least have this quality of a model, if not better. Expect everything to look at least this good. And it does look slightly less good because it has a placeholder texture on it at the moment. It was not really that properly textured. It's a good texture made by Manu, but it's still a placeholder. But it expects everything to look at least as good as the Black Gate here does. Including our wonderful new Mordor. See, look, I put it right here, right next to Mount Doom, which is also a placeholder. This is progressing really slow. Well, that's really rude. It is progressing slowly, but it's progressing. Because there's a lot of stuff to do, man. If you want to do it yourself, go ahead. We do this in our free time. The current estimate for the campaign map is probably I think 2 years from now. Maybe on the far end. It's simply because we have our own lives to attend to. We have... Oh, I don't know how many polys, but everything here is high poly and stuff. Don't worry, we pride ourselves on the visual fidelity of our mod and stuff. So don't worry. Anything here, every model here, besides... Oh, well, if you're not judging, then I will give you an actual answer. I'd probably say a little over a year. It is progressing slowly, but that's simply because it's just how it is. This model, it isn't necessarily complete. I kind of jury-rigged the texture, but really these two are the only custom models, and this one isn't really even properly finished. We only have 2 custom models on here on the map at the moment. Of the special models on the map, we only really have there's only 2 here that aren't placeholders, and what are this? What is this? What? What is this stuff? Hello? I'm just gonna delete this. I have no clue what it is. What is all this? What's all this junk? Why is there junk in the water? There's rocks down here? That's just gonna bottom out ships. That's evil. Why would you do that to poor ships? These ships didn't ask for this. Oh, and I am gonna keep these elephants in the water with them. Ah, yes, back to this, what I was working on. I was working on putting in, so if that is orthodontist, chat, do you have any if this is the, Dark Tower of Orthodontist, home to the evil wizard Saryman, what is this? And also, even stuff like Mount Doom here, and Moria here, are probably placeholders. Both of these are still placeholders. Everything will likely be custom. Actually, that does remind me. I wanted to do some additions here. Now that I have Adrian's Wall. Yes, we actually... Well, not as a mod, but CA is actually... has been actually a very large, big help in getting this tool working and campaign development in general. Not for Rise of Mordor, but working with the group that's doing the campaign map research stuff, getting it working. They have actually been a very big part of that. CA is very helpful. No money. Money causes problems, and we don't want problems. No money. Oh, actually, I don't need this crummy thing. Because... Oh, that's not what I wanted to get rid of. Quick edits, now that I have Thrones of Britannia stuff. Barb Door, home of the Dork Lord. I like it. So, we have barbed door. We have barbed door, home of the Dork Lord, and of the Dork Lord. Well, so if you're actually interested in doing campaign architecture, I'm gonna be honest, dead like me. My answer was meant to be confusing because there's some stuff I'm not completely allowed to talk about. So my answer was meant to be confusing. I'll leave you to think on that. Yeah, the Misty Mountains aren't finished, but they're here. And we've got Mordor over here. I've also got Hadrian's Wall. Actually, you know what? While we're on it, since we've got Barbed Door, home of the Dork Lord Sauron, I think we should replace the Black Gate too with Hadrian's Wall. Yeah, just to make sure everything just looks just completely silly and dumb. See, look, now we've got the two towers. I almost said now we've got. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm almost very poorly misspoke. I'm not gonna say. I like not being whatever told off by other people, so I'm not gonna say anything. I also like not jeopardizing. I have not. Oh well, even if I did, I wouldn't say it. But anyway, I actually would appreciate it if you didn't ask any more questions about that. Just because I might be too tempted to answer them. Boom. That's what I want to do. I have this very nice medieval-looking tower from Thrones of Britannia, and I wanted to use it somewhere. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. Boop, boop. No. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. That's actually a bit too much. What do you think, chat? A nice little something. Oh, that's actually in the way of the road. Oh. Ah, the roads were redone for this area. I see, I see, I see. I'll have to redo those sometime. Oh, no, I don't know the poly count, Lord Freezer. I actually, I haven't said the poly count because I don't know the poly count. I did not make the model. I'm very bad at modeling. So I don't actually know the poly count to tell you. I would if I knew it. But yeah, it's nothing secret. I'm ignorant as to what the poly count actually is. Can I actually make this look like a fallen over tower? If I can, that would be cool. Ah, yes, fallen over tower. Oh, look at that. Ooh, ooh, yes. Yes, that's cool. Chat, what do you think of my little fallen over tower? I like it. I should do more stuff like that. I'm actually gonna delete that. Nope, that's not what I want to delete. Oh no. Oh darn. Where's scene? Scene. Uh. Yeah, you can go pretty detailed, just not much. Ah, yes, this is Angmar. Ruined, very ruined Angmar. Can I add a church? No, I think that's actually going to crash the game if I do. Because all of this all of this more like medieval stuff looks very good up here as ruins. Is the latest game's roads or connections that help evaluate trade connections? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Wilderness, ruins sprawl, ruins gatehouse, wilderness slot, ruins gatehouse, ruins wall, ruins slot, ruins connecting tower, ruins connecting tower, ruins connecting tower. This is what I want. Boop. That's entity properties. Alright, now that I've added in this, which I wish to add. Yes. But Lord Freezer, if you want to apply, I don't know how much like experience you have on it. On our Discord, link to which is in the description. Gotta plug that. You can apply to you can apply to the we have a channel for applications. That's what I was looking for. Where if you want to send in an application, you could possibly join the team. Especially, I have been wanting someone to work on campaign architecture for so long. So I'd love you forever if you did. So it's not that no one said I can't talk about the subject. It's simply that I'd rather not, just because it's the campaign development for developing modding tools for the campaign and the Rise of Mordor mod are two separate things. The groups doing them may overlap in some ways, but they're still two separate projects. And currently I'm doing the stream as a Rise of Mordor dev, so I'm not going to talk about anything that isn't completely Rise of Mordor. If you know what I mean, if you get what I'm saying, I don't want to. I'm doing the stream as a Rise of Mordor dev. Anything with the campaign development, I'm not doing as a Rise of Mordor dev. So, yeah. This is a nice little, like, valley. This is pretty. Like, I'd like to live somewhere like this. Like, you got, like, the mountains, you got, like, a little stream, this nice valley. It's probably, actually, wait, this is erect? No, that's not erect. This is Utrecht. I don't know how to spell it. How to say it. But I think this place, like, gets burned to the ground or something. I might be wrong. Which does make sense for anything pretty and quaint. Yeah. Where are the Paths of the Dead? Because I might be wrong, but I thought like the Paths of the Dead were around here. But yeah, Dead Like Me, it's really just, I'm doing the stream as a Rise of Mordor member. Rise of Mordor is not the group that anyone that would be helping to develop the tools. There will not be any flying creatures. No flying creatures. There will be big boy elephant creatures and evil doggos, and I think they're in the lore they're descended from elephants. I might be wrong with trolls creatures, but there will be no flyboys. Paths of the Dead are next to Edoras. Okay, because I want to add spoopiness to the Paths of the Dead. Rise of Mordor is the only mod with campaign modding in it at the moment. Sure, I'll zoom out. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. I can't, it does not actually work to render the entire thing at once. So if you want to see a certain area, I can sort of like show you this, or like this, or this, or this. And yeah, as I was saying, Moria might be doing another stream on it sometime soon. Who knows? Maybe with some nice, fancy new stuff. Ooh. Ah, yes, the strategic option. So that is in regards, if you see, you can sort of see them everywhere, all these lines on the map, all these big blue lines. These are all of the massive sailable rivers across Middle-earth. Because in certain areas, Horod, you don't really want to be going for a nice long walk. Even if it's a fresh morning with like that nice dew on the windows. Um, the Seven Kingdoms mod is actually no longer in development at all, so you will not. So no, the Seven Kingdoms mod will not be getting a map. I actually think I talked personally to the guy. I actually worked briefly. I stopped doing it because this took more precedence working on it for Rise of Mordor. I think I got so far on making a Northern Realms map for whatever it is, the Witcher mod. And by so far I mean I made Skellige. I made like half of Skellige, and then I stopped. Actually, do I have the Skellige stuff here somewhere? Pictures. Yes. Yes, it's the devs moved on to Kingdom Come Deliverance. One of the devs, Hermie, was actually a Rise of Mordor dev a long time ago. Yeah, this is nice. So, Iraq. Yeah, this is Iraq. Iraq? Yeah, so this is the Paths of the Dead. Okay. So, alright, I guess the Paths of the Dead will come out, like, right here. Since this is Iraq. Or, I don't know. Is Maestro online? He can tell me. Ah, no. Wait, why is this a TIFF? This shouldn't be a TIFF. This should be a PNG. Rename. This is a PNG. This isn't a TIFF file. PNG. This might break it, but who knows. Yeah, no, this is a PNG, not a TIFF. Witcher 3, best game ever. You can't change my mind. Maybe Manor Lords can. I'm not sure. I've wanted a game like that forever. For as long as I can remember. So maybe Manor Lords can. But as of now, I'm probably not. So yeah, you can see here. Actually, I got to some distance. I think I actually just corrupted the file by how I changed it. But you can see I did parts of Skellige. And I did like the rivers and stuff, and I did some like lakes. And I did the coastline, and I did like this wasteland area. I got some stuff done. If I hadn't just corrupted the file, I could one day have continued it, but I just did. I'm not too worried about that. I didn't really plan on doing more. I just did, yeah. You can see scope. What about Red Dead 2? What do you mean Red Dead 2? Oh yes, Red Dead 2. I've never played Red Dead 2. Yay. But I like Witcher too much because I really like the books as well. I've read the books and I really like the books. And I get sad. I actually don't think I finished them because I was too sad to finish reading. The Witcher books, I don't know how many of you know this, I will say, have a very sad ending. So, like, it's tragic. You'll bawl your eyes out. And it actually gives a lot more weight to The Witcher 3, and makes it even that much better. Alright, so we've got this area done. This is a nice little area. We've got this done. This area could use a lot of smoothing out. That there. Oh yes, Dolamarov. I want to do a little bit more here. How long have I been streaming for? I've only been streaming for an hour. It's a shame Cyberpunk was a disaster. A shame indeed, good sir. Oh, oh, where is it? Oh, these. I don't know what I can do with them, but I've always really liked these models from Thrones of Britannia. Chat, do you have any idea what these could be, could do, could... Yeah, well, as I'm saying, it's a downer ending, but if you play through Witcher 3 and its DLCs, it's not as much of a downer ending. Of course, if you get the bad ending for Witcher 3, it will throw you into a depressive spiral. But because if you get the bad ending for The Witcher 3 and for Blood and Wine, and you've read the books, woohoo! Luckily, but so long as you get the good ending, well, no, if you get the middle ending, the middling ending, and the good ending, if you get the middling ending for Blood and Wine, and the good ending for the main game, and you've read the books, your heart heals a little bit, but never really. It was so good, those books. I don't want to spoil them, though. I was actually thinking, I doubt you guys would want it, because you guys, I'm fairly sure, aren't here for us. You're here for this stuff. I was thinking, yeah, we should, since, like, I know, like, several devs, several team members, and other people, we're having whatever, like, a big EU4 game this weekend. I was like, yeah, we should stream it. Yeah, Witcher 3, so long as you get the best ending. But for Blood and Wine, I will say this, you actually want, in my opinion, the middle ending, so the one that's not the best and it's not the worst, is actually the best ending for Blood and Wine. So the best, so what appears as the best ending is not actually the best ending. That is my opinion for Blood and Wine. That the best ending is not actually the best. That is, if you've read the books. Because whatever, there's characters who might not matter quite as much to you. Well, actually, who knows? Alright, let's see, does this work? FIFA, no, I'm not one for sports games. I'm not one for sports games. I have never played any of the Mass Effects. Nope. Yeah, either way, it's the fact that it also has the book series with it that really gives a lot more to a lot of the Give me a moment. I think there's actually a Lighthouse VFX that I want to see, if it exists. You know, if there's a Lighthouse VFX, I could totally use that for the Eye of Sauron. Oh, and do expect, there will totally be an Eye of Sauron VFX that sweeps the land. Don't worry, I won't forget it. I might. Remind me. Lighthouse. God Rays? No, not God Rays. I'll put this up here so you can see what I'm looking at. I'm looking for a lighthouse. The Witcher show is its own thing. I have to say, I'm not a particularly negative person. Like, the only thing that I've never really liked, I felt like, this ruined it, was the ending of Rise of Skywalker. Is the only thing that I've ever felt that way about. was the ending of Rise of Skywalker. I felt it was just way too Disney. It just Disneyized it too much. I personally didn't mind Last Jedi. Like, any negative thoughts about it just come from the internet hate for it. What does this heat haze do? Like, can I, like, could I? Heat haze. What do you do, heat haze? Or, or do you just blur things? I can't really tell if you're doing it. Can anyone tell if it's doing this? You probably can't with compression. But anyway, I grabbed the wrong one. I was looking for God rays. Ah! No, this doesn't work. Honestly, that's kind of cool. And I want to know where I could actually put that. Ah! I feel that that sound has to accompany it. Whenever you've got the whatever God rays, you just gotta go ah, and whatever, do that. Um, Question, Matt Haley, are you on our Discord? Because I have noticed you actively contributing and on a lot of my streams at least. So I think if you're on on the Discord, is something, and I think perhaps there may be a reward for that of some sort. Because yes, you've offered a lot of feedback, and which is something I very much so appreciate. So yes, if you wanna, if you were on our Discord, which I'd assume you are, let me know, and I'll see about something. Because you have been very helpful during these streams. Alright, Dol Amroth here. I'm looking pretty good. This area here. Ah, yes. Let me clear this. And then... And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going for, because I have WandaVision to watch tonight. So, yeah, I've got to make sure I do that. Or else, certain other people have said they're going to watch it without me, whether I'm there or not. Yeah, stream won't be going on for that much longer. I don't know how Fruits he can do his 7-hour streams. That's a mad lad. Sure, you've been very helpful. Talking in the streams is just very helpful. Yeah, it makes it so I'm just not completely talking to myself, which is something I can do, and in not a good way. Yeah, I am gonna have to figure that out. That is a problem. Okay, these might be hard to do. Alright, so... Is there actually a special name for this? These, whatever they're called. Little areas here. The island north of Osgiliath. Are you referring to Caer Andros? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. No, I can, by that I mean I can ramble. I can ramble a lot. If you think that you've heard me ramble in any of these streams, you haven't seen anything. So, having people that I'm actually not, very much so helps if I've got any input, if having the feedback from this stream does help me not ramble so much. So I do actually appreciate it, legitimately. Sand dunes. What are you referring to? But Sam, were you referring to this place right here, Caer Andros? This is Tolfalis right here. This guy. Alright. Let me see something. One moment, chat. Uh, yeah. Um, well, because of just how this is, making these sort of saleable deltas isn't actually really something that this, sort of how this works is really made for. It's not actually really made for this, so it does struggle in some areas. So I may end up having to redo these, or possibly, like, make it larger. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do. Because as you can sort of see, this is where, because someone was asking, what are those exclamation marks? Those are missing tiles, where I or Bob has Discord have messed something up. If you see one of those, that means we've been dum-dums, or whatever. It means we've messed something up. Will I do a stream with other people? I don't know. That could be an idea. I did one once where we were chatting, where a handful of us were in chat. Yeah, those are fun. It just typically those are best with other devs, so those would probably be on the weekend because fair few. All right, because a fair few devs are European, so most of them are. I'm, of course, I'm guessing a lot of you have guessed this American, but yeah, so that would have to be at a good time. I feel my mind just blanked on something. What was I doing? Oh, smoothing. Absolute. Because as you can see here, some of these more like squiggly lines just don't work because of how this works. Because this is actually a good representation of how things work. If chat, would you guys like to see sort of a bit of how this is put together? Like the workings of this? Because this right here, as I'm working on it, I can pause for a moment and show you all how it kind of works. Because it's actually very interesting. In my mind. It might not be as interesting for you all, but I find it interesting how CA has done it. If you're interested, chat, I'll take a moment to show you. I've always worried. I've wanted to do technical streams in the past. We're doing more like technical stuff, but I'm always worried they're not gonna do so well. I look at that. That looks pretty good. And also, I do believe you can't really see it right here, but from Peligir to here, you will be able to walk across these. I think there may even be a custom battle map. That would be a fun battle map. To fight on whatever these are called. To actually fight in the mouth of the Anduin. Oh, that would be like a great combined arms. I don't know if we could, but making some sort of like no, this sadly only works for Attila. This only works for Attila. Anything else has to be done blind, which is how. So if you've ever wondered why this area, and I think the very first reveal of stuff, the very first reveal of stuff, particularly the mountains, looks so horrible, and why like whatever these hills and Weathertop just look so abysmally bad. That was done blind. That was not actually done in this program. That was done using another program. Because at that point, I actually hadn't figured out really like the big final fix for Terry. I was still lacking that. I still hadn't figured that one out, which actually came about by a fluke, pretty much. Yeah, well, I was thinking, because, I don't know if any of you have ever played it, but there's this one mod, which is actually maybe possibly by people who have maybe possibly helped with the, campaign map stuff for Warhammer 2, which adds some absolutely amazing massive siege maps, like some of the inspiration. But what I was thinking is I don't know if it would be possible, but having, like, Peligir, where, like, also the, like, mouth of the Anduin is included in the map, and like you've got to like, and anyone invading like has to sail their ships through like the mouth of the Anduin while like taking fire from little outposts, making it like a really hard map or something. I think that would be fun. Yes, but I saw from chat that a lot of people are interested. Some people are interested in seeing how this is. So as you can see here, there are these sort of squares. You can see this right here very clearly. Do, do. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and it links up right there. So, you all see that, right? Yes, chat? I know there's a delay, but can you all see that? Yay, nay, maybe. Well, you look at that, and then I move this tile map right up here, and do this, and squish that. You can see here that boop, boop, boop. Doom, doom, doom. And you see this little square right here. And you see how this little side of one tile, a 1 by 1 pixel, is connected here 1 by 1, and then you've got 2, 2, 2, and then 1 free and 1 connected due to how linking works. You can see here 2, 2, 2, 1, 1 linked. If we move somewhere like this, for example. Where is this? This is right here. As you can see here, you go up 1, and then over. Somewhere where you only go up like, and then in some areas you go up for a longer distance. Or you go doom, doom, doom. But you can see how it's stepped along here. Or even right here. How it goes doom, and then like this. These all correspond to this. It's easiest to show in these actual in masked tiles, because they're the main tiles that are like this, where it is very obvious and you can see. Cliffs are a bit harder to see, but I guess if you were looking at it straight down, you could probably make it out. So if we're looking at this, and then we look at this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This creates more of like a smooth curve. Then step, 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 step. Come up here, come down here, step, this. And now it comes right here. So actually, this is an area I need to boost up out of the water. You get that, chat, at all? May have been a little bit confusing, I don't know. But that is sort of how it works. So you have to process through that tile map first, and then you can load it up wherever, or do whatever, and have it where you can use it. So you also may have noticed that someone, Bobhead's Discord, he took the bullet here, had to go through using a 2x2 brush in GIMP, I believe he used, and plot out the entire coastline, and the rivers, and the roads, and the sailable rivers. So now, some of you may be able, who have been wondering, why is it taking so long, may be able to understand why it is taking so long. And now, I believe Bob is working more so on scripts, starting to do some stuff like that. Well, I am working a lot on all of these other things. So Gondor is probably the most detailed area, and it just takes a while to do this stuff. There's just a lot to do. It's like, however, I saw someone mention the Men of War editor, which is actually something I like making maps in there sometimes. There's just a lot to do. You've got to make sure things look good, because CA has an entire team that does this, of course, who this is their full-time job or whatever. We've got limited time. We have our motivation is doing this for you guys, whatever. I've got to do every single sand dune here. Is that a little oasis? I thought I saw an oasis there. I do all of this stuff. Yes, I'm done next week. We're gonna be done next week. Yep, we're gonna be done next week, and every single province is just, we're not actually gonna have any, like, actual cities. They're just all going to be the Evil Tower Orthodontist, home of the evil wizard Saryman. That's just the entire map. We're gonna have one for Edoras. We're gonna have one for Osgiliath, Carandros, Minas Tirith, Rivendell, the Shire, Moria, Erebor, Dale. It's just all going to be, just all going to be the Dark Tower of Orthodontist. 100% the Dark Tower. Actually, you know, why not? I'm just gonna, pop this up. Let's just go the length and breadth of the map. And I guess this, if anyone's interested, will show you sort of just the different areas. And let's raise everything out of the water. Let's bring life to everything, whatever. Let's reverse whatever the rising sea levels. Doing like the opposite of what everyone does in Civilization 6. Am I the only one working on the mod or working on the campaign map? As I said, Bob, I am the only one working on this part of the campaign map, working on with this terrain stuff, like the terraining you're seeing here. Partially because I am the only person who knows how to do it outside of Creative Assembly, really, because I spent a while working on how to do this. Because as I said, I got this stuff working with some help. But there was also, of course, working out the workflow, working out how to process everything, working out that stuff that I was showing you all before, how the different tiles and whatnot correspond. figuring out all of this goodness with very limited prior documentation. Have you attempted to make Minas Tirith yet? There is no official Minas Tirith map. It is, to do it justice is going to be very difficult. Very difficult. And I have to say, in my opinion, a lot of stuff, pretty much any representation of Minas Tirith I've seen, does not really do it justice. Because they typically have very scarce buildings. Because in my mind, each layer, like, has, like, that main city street, and then multiple little smaller streets almost snaking off of it, which go places. And it's a lot larger. That's at least in my mind how it is. It's nothing has really done that good of justice to it. Is there any way to help us? Share the mod with friends. Watch the live streams. Give a like if you've got anyone who you think would be interested. If you know anyone who could, well, actually, I'm gonna get back to Minas Tirith in a minute. If you know anyone, or if you yourself have skills that you think that could be used here, and don't tell anyone I've said this, but if you like know how to use Blender and you know really like kind of enough how to do it, making campaign architecture. Look at some of this stuff. This stuff's low. This stuff's very, where is it? Settlements. This stuff's not too high poly. You could probably count the polys here. Like, I'm not going to, but you could probably count the polys on a lot of these. So not, like, a lot of people could probably work on them. But back to Minas Tirith. I've never actually played this, but it's been an idea floated around. In Rise of the Republic. In Rise of the Republic, there is an option if Rome is besieged, and the first battle will go on, like, in the city itself, whatever, like a normal siege. But if that is lost, there is a possibility, well, whatever, the defender, you go into there's a second siege initiated almost, where now the defender has to defend the Capitoline Hill, basically as an inner sanctum that after you take the first one, you gotta go take the second one. And something like that could probably be done for Minas Tirith. And if it is, that would be it. And now, as I'm almost getting down to Gondor, I'm probably going to be finishing up the stream soon, once I get down right about here. So, I'm going to be saying, thank you all for watching. Got some good progress done. Finished up the Stol Amroth area. I think I've probably got Jocks off my back finally, so I've finally done this coastline. This is going to need some more work before it can progress. Just done some various stuff. Made some progress. Slowly but surely, everything's coming together. Like, see, this like, area of Gondor. You're not selling your soul. There's certain things in modding that are selling your soul. Blender isn't one of them. I don't think. I don't know. I can't model. If you want to, you don't want to see any of my models. But anyway, oh, I gotta make sure to save. Save, and those things are slowly coming together. Specifically Gondor. We've got like this, and this. But admittedly, this is like a region. See, that's like, what is that? That's like 5% of the map, 1%. Oh gosh, there's so much of this to do. At least you guys won't have to be wanting for streams. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you.